I'm Silas and I am 8 years old. Family is about love and kindness and about caring people and getting together and knowing each other.
I'm Ruby, I'm 10 years old. I would describe family as people who care about each other and they like to spend time with each other.
My name is Calvin and I'm 12. I would describe family as a group of people who you can rely on to protect you and to help you kind of work your way through life and to support you through everything that you do.
Hey guys, how are we doing? Here we are again together. We're ready for Chapter 2, Redefine Family. The redefining of my family was tremendously instrumental in my journey to more of Jesus. My story is a little bit different than the average story. You know, when Corey and I were a few years into our marriage, we were finally ready to start a family. That was not something that was super high on our priority list in the first several years of our marriage. But when we were ready, we were surprised to see that we were being handed the gift of infertility. And very honestly, we did not see this as a gift at the time. It was a shock to us. It was something that for one of the first times, I felt very out of control. And I was used to sort of planning and plotting and doing things on my timeline. Now here we were faced with something just really instrumental. I always knew we wanted kids. I always anticipated a family, and now it wasn't happening. What we know now is that God simply had a different plan for what our family looked like. And for us, our family has been built completely from the beauty and the sorrow and the complex gift of adoption. So many of you know of our kids. From oldest to youngest, we have Robert, Calvin, Ruby, and Silas, and they are each precious gifts. They are each quirky and fun and wonderful and frustrating and messy and fighty and cuddly and all of those things. But they continue to show us the way towards drawing a wider circle around who we consider family. Our journey of adoption allowed us to have a more global perspective on the world, but even with that sort of surprise of adoption, we still were missing out on this fundamental piece of the gospel that calls each one of us, whether we are adoptive moms or not, to care for the orphan and to give a family to the person that has no family. So our life now looks a lot like searching for those people, finding them. We found Robert in an alternative high school, and then we found him again in the county jail, and you're going to read all about that. Each of our kids came to us in a very unique and special way. But family now consists of so much more than just our little unit of Corey and myself and our kids. We see our neighbors as family. We see friends from the jail now as family. We see some older people in our lives who don't have family living any longer. They have become our family. And I think this is sort of the tension that we're called into. This is not always an easy thing. It's not always a natural thing, but it's a profoundly rewarding thing to begin to look around and see who is the lonely person and how can we welcome them into our family with open arms, welcome them into our everyday life and say, come just as you are, we're ready, come on in.